Alright then folks, hello there and welcome back to some more MS Saga. So in the last episode we had went and got the bow design, we did a dungeon that I shouldn't have, but I had fun, damn it. But I'm kind of surprised about this too. I had like 3 different people tell me where the bow data was. And they all told me the wrong location. They were all the same though, and I got it at the last 5 minutes on camera, but whatever. Yeah, I actually got the last of the bow design, you know. It was kind of on screen. Yeah, so we're gonna go build the bow because, you know, we're gonna use this G system right above Eisengrad because Eisengrad was too stupid to block this off, even though we have access to other G systems. But no, they just left this one. Just flailing in the wind. It's fine. Wow. Alright. That was a new glitch. Curious to see what battle looks like now. I reinstalled PCSX because I was having problems with like the weird glitches and everything. And so now I'm using just default settings. Hopefully these look a little bit better than before. I know his backpacks aren't disappearing. And the left side of the screen's going crazy like it used to. Which is cool. I also grinded for about 2 hours-ish to get some more ECAP so I could buy some more back boosters. Yeah, that's what they're called. I needed 2 more because I only had 4. But yes, now we have one of them there bows. So this is a Neo Xeon creation based off of data that was stolen from the Zeta project, when many of the AUG scientists who are formerly Xeonic scientists defected back from the AUG, or well, from Anaheim specifically, to Neo Xeon. They stole the data, but they didn't steal the complete version. So Neo Xeon put a bunch of their own personal tech in there, modified it a bit, and actually made it better than the Zeta. The one we have right now is the prototype. You can tell because it's orange when the mass productions were either green or gray. Green being the most prominent, being Hamon's personal guard, and the gray being the Glummy defectors from the personal guard. And you can tell because it has the Rokujin sigil on the front left chest armor, I believe. Or not chest armor, waist armor. See right there, that's Rokujin, or dragon. That was because Glemmy was a presumptuous twit, and he put that on his thing. So yeah, we have the Glemmy version. It's, however, unupgraded because we only had 50 data. But we're actually going to strip the Mark II because the Mark II's done. We can't sell the Mark II, sadly, because it's required for the Zeta stuff and they never take out that special requirement. But we can ignore it for the most part. Like, literally every other mobile suit we've gotten in the entire game. But yeah, so now Vargas will have the twin booster and Trimi will. We're actually going to strip off these arms so we can give them to Bazuli, or no, it was to Fritz. We're also going to strip the legs because if you'll notice we have 6 energy right now. The legs actually generate energy for whatever reason. So we're going to keep using these till like the end of the game just because having 1 extra energy in the very beginning is super goddamn useful. We're actually going to give them to Aeon because we're going to need the beam barrier both in the next fight and then in Mount Trial. So she gets bow legs and Fritz gets the power missile arms. They're basically grenades. The only reason they don't call them grenade arm is because that's already the Zeta ones. They're almost exactly the same thing. They're like design-wise exactly the same. And in one of the side stories, they even mentioned that the grenades were interchangeable from the mass production Zeta, which was kind of cool because they stole the mass production Zeta. They like stole stuff out of a mass production Zeta that had been destroyed years before. Forget which one it was in, but I think it might have been in episode 0 of Unicorn, but I could be wrong. So we're actually going to give Bezui the Zeta shoulders. Zeta Gundam armor. I originally gave him the bow shoulders and was going to give not Fritz, Vargas the Zeta shoulders, but then I realized that they're better than the Zeta shoulder or the Bow shoulder, so why leave them? And we're gonna give him the Rick Diaz arms and then the Hyako Shiki legs. So it's not as good as the default Bow should be, but it's good. And we're also gonna strip those out, grab that, and throw a power device on. So yeah, that she should be good to go there. He should be good to go. We're also gonna strip out these for some Zaku 3 shields. We lose some. Oh, and I was grinding against some R size occasionally because I was curious as to what we'd fight around there, and I had like 3 of these at one point, so I just sold them all. Now we still have 2, but eh. But yeah, these give 5 more armor. Remember, we got those in that city we shouldn't have been to. There's the Zaku 3 shoulders. Yeah, it's not worth it. 5 armor and 10 HP for 50 speed. Hell no. But yeah, we're about to replace him. Probably not this episode, probably in the beginning of the next episode, but for now, this is what his full armor Gundam looks like. It's basically a perfect Gundam at this point, but whatever. And now we're going to go head back to Marie's to go upgrade that one, and then once we go and upgrade the Bow, because it's currently at 0, we'll then go and fight Fort Arid, which is that one near Eldar Samnia. Yeah, that one's interesting, and it's still doing that flashing crap. God damn it. It's in something is the issue with the newest version of PCSX. I don't know. Oh well, I'll worry about it later. It's not worth it. Like, every other game works perfectly fine. It's just MS Saga that it doesn't like. So I'll probably end up ignoring it, but I don't know. It just annoys me. Also, I thought about starting to record this in 60 frames because it's pretty standard 60 now. But then I realized how bad YouTube still is at processing 60 frame videos. So I'm gonna wait off a little bit, and once like people who aren't using Google Chrome can actually watch them well, then I might start moving back up to them. I'm about to get a 500 by 500 line for my internet. Yay, Spectrum Business Class. Holy shit, it's amazing. Oh wow, that was a lot less expensive than the Zeta. Holy crap. The Zeta was like 150,000. That was like 75,000. What the hell? I was like, oh, maybe we'll have enough money. No, we have enough money. And just in case just so I don't forget. Haha, I figured as much. So yeah, look how big of a like area it has. Like, it's bigger than the Sandrock. Sadly, it's not huge, but it's pretty big. Oh, it's the same size as the Zeta even. Makes a lot of sense. So, range-wise, the fully upgraded Bow has more range damage than the Rick Diaz. And more speed than the Zeta, more armor than the Zeta, and more melee than the Zeta. Or no, I was comparing it to the Sandrock. Less armor, more speed though, and pretty good melee. Yeah, it's good enough. So, probably what's gonna... Well, the reason why I haven't upgraded Bazuli over the Rick Diaz is once we get rid of Fritz's thing, once we finish up Eisengrad, we actually get the double Zeta, and that's gonna go to Bazuli. Unless we get another mobile suit earlier, which I don't remember at what time you got that. But it is better. I think we get the data for it very soon, and if we grind data, we can get it. I might end up doing that. Just so, yeah, I have both Bazuli and Fritz. So there's like 12 fights, I'm pretty sure, before we go and fight the boss here, so we gotta be a little bit careful. But they're gonna be kind of generic, so it's not a big deal. I think they left it unprotected. Though the final battle, they actually do leave it unprotected, but that's just because the boss is a big pain in the ass. I'm gonna say 6. Yeah, useless dialogue. Alright. Yeah, so it's literally just 6 fights. We cross the bridge, another 6 fight, we fight the boss. It's not hard. Alright, so we're gonna power charge you. We're going to shoot all with you. And shoot all with you. So after we get done with Mount Trial, I'll be removing the bow legs from Aeon and giving those to Bazuli. But for now, they're going on Aeon. Because at least the boss fight in here, you need Beamfield spam. And the first and the third boss in Mount Trial, you need Beamfield spam. Of course, the second is Chafffield, and then the third is you need Counter Snipe, Beamfield, and something else. Of course, the final fight, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get the Counter Snipes off right to stop Earthquake. I think it's Counter Snipe that's something stops Earthquake, and I just, for the life of me, can't remember what it is. So I'm probably going to get murdered on that fight multiple times. This is also, ironically, where I left off on the other game as well. I think we're a little bit better off in the other game, because I think I only bought one back booster in the other game, and like I was like, oh, this is really good, I should get more, and just never got more. But now I just go on to Discord and bullshit with my friends while grinding the shit. I even managed to grind while playing Monster Hunter at the same time. It was kind of insane. On the same computer too, which was funny. I had a virtual controller set up on one screen, and then I was playing Monster Hunter on the keyboard on the other, and it's just like, oh, I'm done with the battle. And now I'm getting eaten by a Jaggy. I don't know. I probably should hit the guy in the middle, because the guy in the middle can power charge. Similar to how I can, but oh well. And if you're curious about the bow legs, you can actually modify it to where you start with 8 energy in a battle. It's basically useless because most of the good abilities either require 9 or, and one of the items you have to equip to get the extra energy being the internal power reserve or whatever it's called. Generally doesn't help as much as you think, and it lowers your speed by a lot. But if you wanted to, you could get 8 energy in the very beginning. And look, it's Wagyu arms. Or, yeah, it's Wagyu, that's what they're called. I always get the Agagai and the Wagyu mixed up. Not that I remember how to get those in this game, if you can get them. Sadly, you don't get to fight Wagyus in this, you only get to fight Agagais. I'd love to fight a Wagyu. Then again, this is back in the before times where Wagyus weren't as cool because of Unicorn. They eventually got really cool, but they didn't start that way. Back in the day, they used to be, like, kind of derpy. But then the Battle of Torrington and Unicorn made everyone love them. Yeah, so for this boss fight, we're going to have Aeon and Vargas with us. Aeon will be grabbing all of his beam attacks, and Vargas will counter all of his really powerful melee attacks. We won't be using them at the same time, though. We will be cycling them out because we'll have our third person, or our second person if I have Aeon on the end, constantly using their good boosts. Like Aeon, Aeon and Bazuli will be using full body, not Aeon, Fritz. And Bazuli will be using Gatling body. And then Tremu will be using Plasma Lancer, and when Aeon gets the chance, she'll be using Gigafire. And all of Vargas's stuff will be exclusively for counter snipe. Because the beams aren't the issue with the boss, it's the melee. Let's hope I remember the rotation well enough to where they won't kick our ass. Because if you're not careful, he can one-shot you, even at the level I'm at. Alright, and one last time, Vargas, you do have a weapon. And you guys have at least 4. Yeah, you have 4. And, oh, that's... And, yeah, you have 4. Alright. You need at least 4 weapons to do Gatling Body. So theoretically they only need 2, but having 6 will do 20% more damage. You really think they only sent 6 guys at us? Really? Dun dun dun! This just in, they have the ability to produce as many enemies as they want. So they're not just gonna send 4 at us. Dun dun dun. You thought Resner was dead? You're wrong. Well, she's technically dead right now. As dead as a zombie could be. Re-dead, maybe? But she's in an enemy mobile suit, dude. How is that a relief? She's evil, who would have guessed? But yes, we are fighting the Walther Gundam, or the Walter Gundam, depending on whatever you want to call it. Basically, it has a strong beam attack and a strong melee attack. And Vargas is here for the melee, Aeon's here for the beams. We should be all good there. Yep. So at least this initial attack we're going to just charge through, because we don't need to worry about it. It's just a literal beam attack. And she's gonna full charge while we Giga Crush. And you... Oh, yeah, he learned Triangle Snipe. I never use it with him, but that is a thing. And you Gatling Fire. And... so for counter snipe, we need 7. So... And you have no attack that is only 1. Hi, grenade! Or do we want... I'm curious if this will work. I don't think it will, but I'm curious. Dat melee, yo. Oh. Okay. So I'm assuming this first one's going to be ranged, but it might not be. And yeah, he doesn't need that, so we can just throw a repair kit on himself. You can charge, and you're going to counter snipe. So it doesn't matter how much damage Vargas does, it matters that it doesn't do damage to us. Mm-hmm. Alright, so you're gonna charge... Well, actually... Yeah, you'll charge, and you're gonna switch to Aeon, because I'm pretty sure this is one of the beam attacks. Nope, this is rolling attack. My bad, somebody's dead. Or almost dead. Alright, so... I'm actually gonna have you repair kit Aeon. And... Well, I can Gatling Body with you again. Or no, Gatling Fire is 9, so... Mega Bomber, I guess? And then you'll also repair kit yourself. I should have had her funnel, but I'd rather her not die. Of course. And so this is gonna be full charge. We'll Giga Crush again. I'm pretty sure Mega Slash and Giga Crush do the exact same amount of damage, but meh. And then next turn we'll switch out Fritz with Bazuli, and then the turn after we'll do Treemy. Oh. Alright, so I don't think there's like a mass therapy session, so I guess general purpose. We'll just switch you out for Bazuli. We can general purpose him later. He's just a damage dealer in this fight, so not all that useful. You can Gatling Fire and... general purpose. So we're just giving everyone Prozac, like, here, this will make you not scared. Won't really help you, but, you know, it will. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't remember what this attack is, because my rotation is kind of off, so we're just gonna use both. And then worst comes to worst, like, if it's a melee attack, then we'll be good, and if we wasted a beam field, so what? We'll have another one. Could have swore I remembered the rotation on this, but eh. Yeah. And you're gonna switch to Treemy, who actually has more HP than you do, Max. So it's not a big deal. And she's going to... You can Gatling Fire. Actually gonna Plasma Lancer, though. You're going to charge, and you're going to Beam Field. I swear they have a beam finisher, but I could be wrong. Or we'll kill him. That is always a possibility. No, she dead, bro. She dead. R.I.P. Resner-sama, you were there for like half a battle or so. But hey, an attack upgrade kit and a sensor +3. I think we'll actually give that to Fritz. If I remember. It's not all that important. No, this can't be. She's dead, Jim. She's dead. Well, I mean, you guys were the ones shooting at her. She was a, like, desiccated zombie, though, so it kind of was a blessing and a curse. And no, Trini killed her with her own hands. You just helped. Yeah, seriously, Trini did it. She should feel bad, but then again, she's responsible for all of this by not having us kill Hal when we had the chance. So, she's kind of used to it, I think. Yeah, remember we still have to kill the guys who destroyed your orphanage, or did you forget about that? You know, the ones in the Zaku's who we can probably beat the crap out of almost instantly since we all have fucking Gundams. Mm-hmm. But you thought a character would die. That's funny. Don't worry, she comes back in utter shit, though. She actually comes back in Amarasai. Which, I don't know if we've had one I think we've had one of those already. But yeah, she comes back in Amarasai. But generally, by the time she comes back, I give her an Ultron. Or, you know, the Mark II. Because, you know, Marie's, she has mobile suit data, she's a doctor, she can rebuild people, she's a therapist. She can do everything. Dun dun dun. Well, see, when the Devil Gundam creates cells, they turn into these little metal plates that cause cancer in people and kill them, and then turns them into zombies. Which, ironically, if you get enough DG cells together, they can even make a mobile suit, like, say, a Death Army. If you remember, though, in G Gundam, they actually turned into, like, zombie motherfuckers. Instead of the, like, vaguely human ones they are today. This is more based off of Master Asia being infected kind of thing. Where Master Asia, as Master Asias do, was kind of a 1 in a million kind of thing. Then again, they might also be going by the Allenby thing, but that was more of a special case as well. But yeah, folks, that was that. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't. We'll be back a little bit later for some more after I finish off the graphics. We'll be hitting Mount Trial. I don't imagine we'll be finishing Mount Trial. We'll be getting through the early part. And then I'll probably get to the final fight and, you know, either beat it on my off time or record like 2.5 hours of me trying it constantly. That's also bound to happen. But anyway, folks, good night.